Hello, YouTubers, and welcome back to another episode of The Grandstand here on the Ohio Patriot Education Network YouTube channel. I am, as always, your host, AR the Ohio Patriot, and for today's episode, we're going to have a little bit of a Halloween special / Stand Your Ground chat. So, for those that don't know, obviously, I'm a huge fan and proponent of Stand Your Ground as a 2A activist and constitutionalist. And I think it's bullshit that every single state does not have stand your ground currently, and most of them barely even have a castle doctrine. Specifically, we're going to watch a video here in a couple minutes about one particular state, being Pennsylvania, that doesn't even have castle doctrine outside the home, which is just insane to me, honestly, dude. At least as far as I'm aware, they don't have castle doctrine outside the home anyway, because I was looking up some stuff a little bit ago, and yeah, I was trying to figure out their exact law and stuff, and yeah, as far as I'm aware, it's just your house only, basically, which is bullshit because it should extend to your vehicle. It should extend to anywhere you are, is what it is, dude. Especially when you have a bunch of crazy motherfuckers trying to carjack you potentially, or anything else for that matter. It's like, yeah, you need to be able to defend yourself, is what it is, dude. Defend yourself, defend your family, whatever it is, dude. Doesn't matter, honestly. And to stop someone from being able to do that is absolutely fucking ridiculous. And it honestly comes back down to being a really shitty society that we live in then, that you can't go ahead and do that kind of stuff. Sorry, I just realized I was almost out of time on this thing. Trying to buy stuff right before it ends. Just in time. Nice. Anyway, but yeah, so basically, going back to what I was saying though, with the castle doctrine thing, yeah, when you basically incentivize criminality and things like that, it's like it's very hard to be in a situation where you're gonna have an armed citizen be able to do what needs to be done, dude, to take care of themselves and their families, what it is. And going to what we're gonna talk about here in a sec, which is this video that came out here in the last day or so from Montgomery County, Pennsylvania. This is from the numerology page, but of course it's like somebody else shot it. Actually, it's starting to go viral now. And this is one thing I do want to mention: is this kind of shit goes on in major cities across Ohio every fucking summer, basically, dude. Especially up in the Cleveland area, where you have these entitled motherfuckers. A lot of them are criminals. A lot of them are on stolen quads or stolen dirt bikes, whatever it is, dude, and running the fucking roost is what it is, dude. And of course, you have the ineffectual little fucking do nothing mayors like Justin Bibb and the rest of these sacks of shit out there, dude. They're all fucking Democrats running these hell pockets in the ground and not actually doing a damn thing to do anything here. Except maybe like, oh, let's try to arrest these people and then have like 50 of them go run. That's what it is, dude. And yeah, you'll have these gangs of fucking bandits, basically. But yeah, like this is a scary situation that we're gonna talk about here, dude. And this is obviously for educational purposes, just so we're clear on this whole thing. So yeah, you got these fucking guys trying to surround this SUV. At least one of them reaching out the fucking car doors and shit like that. Trying to open up the car door, I'm assuming there. And it's like, nah, dude, that's when you just fucking gun it. Like, seriously. And like, I get there's like, 4 or 5 of these guys there, and it's like, no, just fucking floor it right in front of him, right in front of you, dude. If they want to fuck around, they're gonna find out real quick is what it is, dude. Which, by the way, what that one guy's doing, where he's doing the fucking wheelie up there, is highly illegal, by the way, in any state in this country, dude, because you're obstructing traffic, basically. And actually, what these guys are doing with the 4-wheelers, anyway, I think in most states, actually, I think it's illegal to drive 4-wheelers on the fucking roads unless you have a tag. And of course, none of these do, is what it is. So, yeah, it's just a bunch of shit entirely, dude. And that's the problem is, like I said, when it comes to, as far as I'm aware, Pennsylvania's castle doctrine does not extend to actual vehicles. It's only the house. And it's like, nah, bro, like this is why you need stand your ground laws in every single state across this country, dude, for shit like that. It's just absolutely ridiculous, is what it is, dude. So, yeah, it's just a bunch of BS entirely, dude. And, thankfully that person was able to get away, but it's like, even having to deal with that for a couple minutes there, and I'm assuming, honestly, when that person started filming, it was already going on for like a little bit of time before that, dude. So to sit there and have to deal with that kind of shit for like, who's to say it was like 10, 15, 20 minutes or more, even for that matter, dude. And it's like, Jesus fucking Christ, dude. And like I said, people wonder, like, why people are antsy and stuff like that, and why people carry is what it is, dude. And the worst part about Pennsylvania currently is when it comes to that piece of fucking shit, Tom Wolf being in office there, that cocksucker has made it so that you can't even legally carry openly in that state unless you have a concealed carry license, because he's made it like a fucking whole emergency thing. His basically entire governorship there. And it's like that alone is unconstitutional, dude. And I'm shocked somebody hasn't taken that to court over that one, dude. Like they should have at this point, honestly. Like that's a fail on their part, honestly, dude, and not take his ass to the fucking cleaners on that shit. So, but yeah, needless to say, it's fucking nuts, dude. It's absolutely psychotic. What we're seeing, what we're experiencing in this country, where you have incentivification of criminals anymore, and you have people being like, "Oh no, you're a criminal. You're doing all kinds of crazy shit or whatever. Okay, that's perfectly acceptable. Go ahead and do all kinds of fucking crazy shit." It's like, nah, dude, fuck that. Like, deal with these motherfuckers, arrest them, or do something else for that matter, dude. And if you're in a vehicle like that, like, nah, fucking floor it, dude. Like, deal with the fucking problem in front of you, and then sue the shit out of their family to fucking pay for your damages to your vehicle. Then, if that be the case, dude, for their idiot fucking family members trying to carjack you potentially is what it is there. So, yeah, I think that's the problem right now with our society. Is so pussified is what it is, dude, that nobody wants to actually do anything. And then you wonder why, again, why these criminals are able to run the fucking roost, dude, and not have to be dealt with accordingly is what it is, dude. And I think, unfortunately, and it's something I kind of tried to allude to last night and then got distracted, which goes back to the whole fatherless homes thing is what it is, dude. And when you start looking at like how many of these, young men and young women and stuff like that come from fatherless homes that tend to go down a criminal lifestyle and stuff like that, dude, or not even fatherless homes, but just broken homes in general, it's a really big fucking deal then. And in a lot of cases, yeah, it is directly tied to fatherless homes. Sometimes it is just shitty parenting is what it is, or no parenting at all for that matter. And either way, you basically have a generation that has either been forced to raise themselves or has been forced to basically have a single parent household and have no real structure in it is what it is, dude, because, single mom's off working or whatever, no dad in the picture or whatever it is, or vice versa for that matter, where it's, single father working his ass off, working 2-3 jobs maybe even to put food on the table and put a roof over the kids' heads and stuff like that. And then they got these kids basically running wild and stuff. I remember when I was living in Columbus years ago, I had a very shocking experience actually, and this is coming from a small rural area that I lived in for most of my life and stuff, going to this major city, and then I'm like going to the store one day, and I noticed there is, I want to say 5 or maybe 6 even, kids that were walking. The oldest one was probably 9, 10, something like that, if that even. The youngest one was pretty much still in fucking diapers, dude. And they were all just strolling along, going towards the grocery store and stuff like that. And I'm like, where the fuck is your parents? Like, and what's the sad, fucked up part about it is, dude, any of these kids could have become prey to some fucking predator out there that day. And nobody gave a fuck, apparently, dude. And it's just like, and you wonder why kids get child abducted, dude. And it's like, that's a great example of exactly how it happens. When you have all these kids who are, basically told to go, take care of each other or take care of themselves or whatever it is, dude. And then you wonder why they get fucking snatched up in the middle of the streets and stuff like that. It's like, it's not that hard to figure out, man. Like, that's the reason why. Because they have no parental figure around to actually stop it from happening, dude. And it's actually fucking pathetic when you look at it, dude, because it's like, at what point do we as a society be like, nah, this is fucking, child neglect and stuff like that, dude? And I think, unfortunately, far too many folks don't want to go that route, is what it is, man. And my thing is, it's like, yeah, if you're going to let your child be in a position where they potentially could be the victim of a fucking abduction, dude, like, you maybe should be held legally responsible for that shit, dude. Or criminally responsible for that, if nothing else, So, I don't know. Like, it's just fucking, it's so crazy to me, honestly, just thinking back on that. And I just hope that those kids, nothing ever happened to them, honestly, dude. Because as far as I'm aware, they were still cool at the time when I was, walking my way and they were walking similar direction and stuff is what it was. But Yeah, it was just crazy to see that, and I'm just like, that is not a fucking thing where I'm from, dude. Like, you're gonna have, a child with at least a parent is what it is with them. It's not gonna be a bunch of fucking, single digit age kids basically walking alone by themselves and stuff. It's like, nah, bro, that ain't a thing here. So yeah, it was just crazy, like I said. And it was actually it like I said, honestly, it goes back to the whole thing of it's also very saddening when you see that kind of stuff because it means that like, you know, and I'm not gonna sit here and say like, okay, the parents are not, whatever, but like, yeah, they're clearly not like there in the fucking picture at the time to do anything, is what it is, dude. And when you have that going on and you have people that would know that and stuff, it's like, yeah, you're just opening these kids up to be prey at some point, dude. And I'm not okay with that kind of shit, honestly, dude. I really ain't. So, yeah, it's just fucking nuts, dude. Like I said, it's just it really did just blow me away, honestly, dude, to see that and see like no parental figure, no guardian, no anybody around with them and stuff, and then to see this video here with these assholes in Pennsylvania there, and it's like, and this is exactly why you have people getting into deadly force encounters. Actually, there was a good one the other day that happened. I was going to my dermatologist. This dumb motherfucker in front of us, dude. I came real close to having a deadly force road rage encounter, honestly, with somebody, dude. Um, and it basically goes back to the fact that we were driving to my appointment. This dumbass in front of us, instead of just going and pulling over, because the way that the lanes were merging and stuff like that, like they had the time, and we were giving them the chance. We're like telling them, we're like, in the car, like waving our arms, like, come on over, dude, like get in front of us already. And then this stupid asshole waits until the last possible fucking second, almost causes us to crash right into the back of them, causes us to fuck up our brake system by slamming on the brakes real fast, sends everything flying us in the vehicle with us. And like, dude, I fucking was livid. Like, oh my god, they don't even know how close they came to getting 13 rounds in the back of their fucking vehicle. Honestly, dude, at that point, like that's how close I was. And I feel like I would have been justified at that point if I'd opened fire on their asses, dude, because of that fact. And my thinking is, it's like, I thought better of it. And I'm like, no, it's not worth it. It's not worth it, dude. I should have called the cops on their asses though, but I didn't even think to get their fucking numbers what it was, or not their number, their tag. Uh, but yeah, it's that kind of infuriating shit though, dude, that you have to experience, and then it's like, and I understand honestly exactly why people road rage. It is what it is because of shit like that, honestly, dude. But like I said, in my case, I think it would have been closer to a stand your ground situation because it's like, yeah, this dumbass almost forces us to plow to the fucking back of them because they're a fucking moron that shouldn't even be driving at this point. And it's like, I felt in fear of my life kind of thing is what it would be, dude, because that's the truth, honestly. Like, I don't want to fucking die out here, have somebody else slam into the back of me is what it is, dude. So, yeah. And for all I know, maybe that's hell for, I mean, seriously, I've talked to people about this since then. I was like, yeah, for all I know, they might have been trying to carjack us and shit, dude. And then they finally realized, like, oh no, they're not going to stop or whatever. Like, better haul ass or something now. And yeah, I could easily see it being a situation like that. And if that be the case, like, I don't even know, man. I don't even know her anymore. But like I said, it's just fucking nuts, dude. And it's dumbass, retarded fucking people who don't know what the fuck they're doing, is what it is, dude. Who have no idea either how to drive or where to drive or what it is, dude. And it's these same dumb motherfuckers that are out there causing these accidents and stuff all the time, dude. And then causing, like, deadly force road rage encounters and stuff like that's what it is. And it's like, you know, you didn't want to have to do something, but you fucking, had to, is what it was at the end of the day. So, I don't know. Like I said, though, it just blew me away, honestly, dude, how stupid this fucking person was. And yeah, I've experienced some real dumbass drivers in my life, honestly, dude. And like I said, with this one here in Pennsylvania, like that 100% to me would have been a clear cut case of stand your ground, honestly, dude. when you got these people trying to like yank the fucking doors open of that vehicle and potentially, you know, carjack it or whatever it is, dude. Like, yeah, not okay, bro. Not okay at all. So, that being said, uh, checked a local shop's ad that came out here the other day and noticed that the thing I was eyeballing in the last couple weeks now that they had a sale on last month, they have a new sale on it now, and apparently Taurus actually has a better deal for a rebate coming up here in the next few days. So I'm seriously looking into possibly putting some money together now and getting a G3C then. So I'm hoping I can get the few $100 I need together to get it then. So because it'd be nice to have another carry gun, especially something that is in the same caliber and the same what was I saying now? Yeah, it's in the same caliber and also in the same what you call it as my current piece. So plus I know that the G3 line is actually a better quality trigger on it and stuff like that. So there's that. So yeah, it'd be really nice to be able to get something here. And like I said, it all depends on if I can pull the cash together right now. I got a couple things I'm looking into possibly selling and stuff, and if I can get somebody to buy the shit uh, for the price I need for it, I will definitely sell and then pick this up. So actually, I wish I had about $500 on me right now because I could possibly get that, and then also they also got the Mossberg Maverick 88s up there. It's a youth model, which is a little bit shorter stock and stuff like that, but it's still nice. And those are a couple hundred also as well. So yeah, it'd be nice to be able to pick up both of those things at the same time. But unfortunately, finances being what they are and everything, and it's like not having a consistent, job for the last couple of years now. And not that I don't want to work, obviously I do. It's just, for me, it's more health related issues and stuff like that. But yeah, it kind of sucks because, you know, certain things like that come up and you're just like, I wish I had the cash for this and da 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 and everything else like that. And it's like, yeah, it'd be nice. But like I said, I got a couple options right now for things I could potentially sell here in the next few days or whatever, hopefully, and then maybe make the cash up there is what it is, and nothing else. If I have enough for at least one, I'll probably definitely go for the handgun over the shotgun then. But I would like to get another shotgun actually, especially if I can get like a 12 gauge or something. Since I only got the 20 gauge right now, and that's not the greatest quality either. So I'd much rather have a. I mean, to be fair, I could either go for a 20 or a 12 on that particular make slash model because they're both the same exact price. It's just, like which one do I want more is what it is. And it's not that I wouldn't mind having a second 20 gauge. It's like a better quality 20 gauge potentially, and then maybe just selling off the cheaper 20 gauge or something like that. And, putting some money together for a 12 gauge in the future, then if that be the case. But yeah, I'm not really a huge fan of selling uh, anything like that to then, buy something else is what it is locally is what it would be then. I'm more of the guy that's like, nah, I just want another, thing in addition to what I already have kind of thing is what it is. So that's why I've never been a fan of anything where I'm like, selling a firearm or anything like that. It's always been, I'd rather just buy something. I'd rather just put the money together and buy something in addition to what I already have is what it is kind of thing. So I don't know, man. Something to think about right now though. Like I said, nothing else I can put the money that I need to put together to get at least one of the two. I would definitely go for the Taurus then, because again, I'd like to have another carry gun is what it is right now, and not really having much options. It would be nice to have another option to have. So, and then nothing else. Then in the future, I would be, throwing the cash together come January to possibly get like a 38 special then, which would be another carry option then. So it all depends. It all depends right now. Still figuring things out right now, honestly. And yeah, I am right now in the process of doing a few things, and then I'm hoping to do something right now to where I can just put the cash together and get what I need to get then. So that's where I wouldn't have to sell anything then. But outside of the actual, you know, random things like cards and stuff that I would actually sell right now, because most likely it'd be some more MTG stuff that I would sell honestly and make some money that way, or something else along those lines. Then that I have just lying around that I haven't really, been using or have the need for anymore is what it is. So, but yeah, it all depends. It depends on how things go and what things happen and whatnot. So fingers crossed I can get something done here, but I don't know, man. It'll be interesting to see what happens though. Nothing else. I got a couple of weeks I can sort of fuck around with right now and maybe get something done like mid month or something like that, and then hopefully go from there is what it is then. So, but yeah, it'd be nice to be able to finally add something else to the what I have right now when it comes to 2A. And like I said, being able to add another carry option would be nice. Uh, which currently I don't really have much outside of the G2C, so it'd be nice to have at least a second carry gun anyway. And by that I mean center fire, I should say on that one. I should clarify that I have other guns I could technically carry. It's just they're not center fire firearms, and I don't really trust room fire is what it is. So you know, I've had that whole distinction before, mostly because if I was gonna have like I said before, if I was gonna have some kind of a like backup carry or something like that, which would never be a primary at all, it would just be backup, and it was gonna be in like a non-center fire caliber or something, it would probably most likely be like one of the Taurus 942s in 22, but it would obviously be a revolver because just the finicky thing of rimfire ammunition and stuff like that, and the possibility of having first round duds is what it is, which has happened to me in the past, honestly, with my TX22. And I'm just like, yeah, I'm not ever carrying this thing for any kind of self defense, is what it is, because I don't need that. I don't need a click to be a click click and not a fucking click boom kind of thing. So yeah, basically became a whole thing there. But anyway, that's pretty much what it is, though. And like I said, it'd be nice to be able to get something a little different here, and maybe get a different profile, if nothing else, and then maybe if something else comes down the line or whatever the case be, maybe then just sell something else off and get something. Then who knows? It all depends. All depends. But yeah, I think there's definitely a lot of options right now on the market. It seems like there's a lot of good deals coming up here for the fall slash Christmas time period and stuff. So nothing else. If I can get somebody to be, buying up some of my shit or whatever, then I can just actually make some cash and buy what I need to buy. Is what it is then, dude. And be more prepared than I already am is what it would be then. So, but yeah, I don't know. But like I said, though, when it comes to stand your ground and stuff like that, it's definitely a necessary evil. And if people are going to keep incentivizing criminality across this country, then they need to be held, legally responsible. Is what it is, dude. If they're not going to pass legislation that would protect citizenry and stuff like that to allow them to protect themselves, like, then yeah, these scumbag ass motherfucking politicians and stuff need to be held legally liable. Is what it is, dude. And the same thing with the Mamas Man action types and stuff like that, dude. If they're going to be a bunch of fucking cunts fighting against our constitutional rights to keep and bear arms, dude, it's time to see their fucking bitch asses into the ground at this point, dude. For real. So, anyway, I don't think there's much of anything else I want to talk about besides that. Let me check just to make sure on that one. Oh, Bolsonaro supposedly got beat in Brazil by some corrupt motherfucker who used to be president there. Not surprising, at least by that one, dude, after all the fuckery going on here in the last couple of years. So, yeah, I'm not surprised, at least in some third world country he has some shit going on like that or whatever the case be. Then we got NBC walks back clumsy reporting on Paul Pelosi story. Fucking meathead piece of shit dipshit Rob Reiner claims Trump 100% responsible, calls for indictment. What a fucking ass. That guy needs to be fucking thrown in prison himself, honestly, dude, at this point. Fucking moron. Then we got Dr. Oz says PA needs high paying energy jobs, not minimum wage salaries. True story on that one. Then we got Dickhead Fetterman would have voted for Biden's IRS audits on working middle class people. Of course he would have. Let's see. Then we got half of voters say economy and inflation top issue going into midterms. Independent voters swing 18 points towards GOP on generic ballots. Club for Growth unleashes $5.5 million to boost Blake Masters campaign. You got Kyrie Irving blast journalist, says he has a right to post whatever he wants to on social media. For those that don't know about that one, he apparently posted some thing from back in the day that was proving a point of Alex Jones when he was talking about like Satanism and shit like that. And they're like, oh, but Alex Jones and Sandy Hook and he's like, it has nothing to do with that, dumbasses. It has everything to do with the fact that what he said, a decade or so ago is actually coming to fruition right now, you fucking clowns. And that's what I'm saying. Like, and the fact this reporter guy wouldn't let it go, and Kyrie's like, nah, bro, like, fuck off, next question kind of thing. Like, that's what it needs to be, honestly, anymore, dude. Like, any of these people like that are going to be, calling out fucking Hollywood for what it is and the Satanism for what it is and mainstream media for, refusing to actually cover it is what it is, dude. Like, yeah, if the media is going to be a bunch of dickheads like that, call them the fuck out, dude. And be like, no, fuck you, next question. You over there, kind of thing. I'll tell you what, if I ever run for political office, dude, like, that would be exactly how my campaign stops go, is what it is. If some reporter asks me some stupid ass question, I'm going to be like, I'm going to answer your stupid ass question. And if you don't like the answer, fuck you, next question, kind of thing. Like, I'm going to be real brash about it, man. Or nothing else, I answer the question. He'd be like, he or she went into it and be like, oh, but that's not answering the question. Problem. I'm like, no, fuck you. I gave you an answer. Next question. Shut your fucking mouth. This guy over here, he's answering the question. He's going to ask you a question now. So, yeah. Anyway, because that's the problem right now, dude. You almost have to be hostile towards these ass wipes because that's the problem, dude. The mainstream media is so bought and paid for anymore. They're never going to tell you the truth. That's why they're trying to create the whole media cartel bill thing now to basically shutter any alternate media sources and everything else like that, dude. And keep our voices silenced through censorship and shit like that. Which is absolute BS and unconstitutional beyond belief then, dude. Because again, it goes back to the whole, freedom of speech thing, as well as the freedom of the press as well on that one, dude. And the way I look at myself right now is I'm definitely, on the side of both freedom of speech and freedom of the press right now, because I'm doing more press shit than most of the fucking presses anymore, dude. I'm actually discussing like real topics and discussing like what real solutions are to real fucking problems in this country. And these assholes are just over here fucking lying to your fucking faces about all kinds of shit, dude. So, and then of course they're pushing their fucking whatchamacallits and everything else like that. And it's like, y'all should be tried the crimes of your community at this point, dude. It's fucking accomplices for real. Because they've been pushing that fucking garbage for the last 2-3 years now, dude. So, anyway. Like I said, I'm just over it, man. I'm just over this motherfucker right now. But, yeah, like I said, though, I'm going to look into doing some stuff here in the next couple of days and seeing about, maybe making some sales or selling some stuff or whatever and figuring out what I can get out of things. And if I get the money together, just go purchase some things then and add to the old collection then and be able to finally get what I need to get then. Obviously, I would love to be able to purchase the rifle that was stolen from me again, but unfortunately, don't really have the money for that one. And even if I get the money together for the other two things, like, the ironic thing about it is those two would actually cost less than what it would cost for me to replace the other thing then. So, it kind of sucks, dude. It kind of does. When you look at it from that perspective of things, and it's like, yeah, it's kind of a shit show when you have, sort of a things on sale that are less expensive than the other thing that you actually need to get replaced. So, yeah, it just blows, man. It really does. And it's unfortunate that, that even happened. But of course, when you have two fucking piece of shit junkies, at least that's what they were, break in and steal my stuff. It's like, of course, they're gonna do it when I'm not home. Because if I was home, it would be a different story altogether. Like I said before, dude, like it would have definitely been a stand your ground situation. And yeah, it's just a bunch of crap all the way around, man. It just fucking pisses me off to this day, honestly. Because I still have, various scenarios playing out in my head all the time of like, okay, if I was here, like, how would this have gone down? If I was here but I was asleep, how would it have gone down? All that stuff like that. And it's like, it kind of goes back to those things where I'm like, I'm sort of glad I wasn't, but simultaneously, it's like, I wish I had come home early maybe that day and been like, caught him in the fucking act maybe or something like that, dude, because then that would be an interesting one as well. And yeah, it's a whole thing, man. But you know, only God knows where that gun is now, man. I assume it was probably used to pay down a drug debt or something, if that be the case, dude, to somebody else, and then it's probably changed hands several times since then, is my guess right now. So if they did ever find it, I don't know if I'd even want it back right now, dude, because again, my autistic ass, I had every single round I ever put through that gun written down and exactly what ammo was used and stuff like that, dude. I have no idea if anybody used anything through it yet since then, and if they did, how much they used through it, what brands of stuff it was, all that stuff like that. So, yeah, I'm very anal when it comes to things like that, dude. Mostly because of the fact that if it ever did, my thinking on it was if the bolt or anything on it ever busted or whatever, I would have wanted to know exactly what the round count was going to be when it, did so and like with what ammo it did so and stuff like that. So, but yeah, knowing that those fucking cunts, you know, invaded my home and, invaded my personal space, invaded my fucking. What was I going to say? Yeah, just invaded everything basically. Invaded the sanctity of my home, invaded my family's home. Just want to be a bunch of dickheads. It's very much a situation. So I don't know anymore, man. It just really bothers me though. So anywho, like I said, it just has bothered me quite a bit for a long ass time right now, and it's one of those situations where it's like it'd be nice, it'd be nice if we had something to where we could figure things out or whatever, but unfortunately that's not the case, and cops aren't doing their jobs, and I assume it's been a cold case for more than a year at this point. It would have been nice to see them catch somebody pretty early on, though, but unfortunately, that was not to be. And, like I said, it is what it is now. And it just sucks, man. It just sucks to know that, you feel violated, is what it really is at the end of the day. You feel very violated when things like that happen because you feel like you're not safe anymore in your own home, even. And it becomes a situation of just like, constant alertness, almost paranoia, I guess is the best way to describe it, where you're like on constant alert. You're just like, hey, is something else going to happen? If it's going to happen, when's it going to happen? Kind of thing. And yeah, it drains you. It really does, man. It drains your psyche. It fucks you up mentally quite a bit. And, you know, I don't think people understand sometimes, like just how bad the last year or so of my life has been right now, dude. So and it's all over that kind of shit. And then just, the constant fuckery of everything else for the past 3 years now with the feds and everything like that, dude. So, anyway, yeah, it just sucks, man. But like I said, when it comes to like stand your ground situations, though, you know, it's time to get a lot more states on board with that shit, dude, to pass stand your ground legislation. If nothing else, at least do expanded castle doctrine and stuff like that in every state, dude. So you would have the ability to actually stand your ground without, um, wherever you'd be at or whatever. But of course, and here the reason I say that for Ohio specifically is the way our stand your ground is actually expanded castle doctrine is it's not totally stand your ground because technically stand your ground should be you have the ability to defend yourself, your loved ones, etc., without risking civil lawsuits or jail time after the fact. Whereas the way that Ohio's current one is, you still are not going to go to prison if you actually legitimately do stand your ground, but you can still have civil lawsuits put against you by the family of the people or the person if they would survive or whatever could sue you, which is absolute bullshit entirely, dude, and exactly why stand your ground was created in the first place was to stop criminals from being able to fucking criminalize you and victimize you twice is what it is, dude. So it's like it kind of defeats the purpose when you're, allowing that kind of shit into the fucking legislation, dude. And that's the real problem with Ohio Republicans right now entirely, dude, is that there's a lot of them that are a bunch of spineless rhino fucks is what it is, dude, and a bunch of fucking cunts that don't actually give a shit about the constitutional rights. And these also tend to be the same people that are career politicians like Kirk Shearing and fucking Bill Seitz and stuff like that, dude. And yeah, they're always the ones that are, watering down legislation or putting in stupid bullshit like Terry stops into our constitutional carry, like that DJ Swearingen guy, or what was another one that they took? Bill Seitz took out the amendment that would have allowed for any concealed weapon in the state of Ohio, and then tried to claim, oh, it's an Antifa amendment. No, it's not, you fucking idiot. It's literally an amendment that was put in there to allow for citizens to be able to carry anything, especially for those that don't have or want to carry a gun or that can't afford to buy a firearm and have like a knife or an extendable baton or something like that on a person, dude. Like they should be able to carry that stuff. Or if they want to carry a pair of brass knucks in their pocket or something, dude. And if they're in a bad neighborhood or something like that, and that's all they can afford is like a 10, 15, $20 pair of brass knuckles, and they have a couple guys that they think they're going to jump them or whatever the case be, they can just shove their hand in their pocket real quick and knuckle up is what it is, dude. More power to them is what it is, bro. And the same thing with extendable baton and stuff like that. I think there's going to be a couple people jumping them and they, pull out a baton in self-defense or whatever, dude, and get the first hit in or something like that. Good on them, you know? So, yeah, I think it's absolute bullshit. And I think that's complete misnomer and stuff like that, dude, by people who are so out of touch with reality is what it is, man. And it's like I said, it's especially like that at a federal level, dude, where you have these assholes like the Pelosi's and stuff like that that are just like private security with them 24/7 and shit like that for decades of their lives, or the Obamas or the fucking Bidens and stuff like that, dude. And then they want to act like, oh, but I totally support you people. It's like, no, you don't. You don't support anything except for your own fucking criminal behavior, you fucking cunts. And then, of course, you got bitch ass Paul Pelosi fucking getting into the hammer fight with his fucking gay lover, is what it was, dude. And then the fucking media is trying to portray that as like, oh no, but that's totally a conspiracy. It was Paul fucking being attacked by some dude in his home. It's like, no, he wasn't. He was attacked by some dude who he was banging. And apparently, supposedly, from the 911 shit, the guy didn't even hit him in the fucking head with the hammer until after the fucking cops already pretty much gotten there. So explain that shit. you know? Because I'd be willing to bet it was something where Paul himself maybe was like, quick, take a swing on me or something like that to make it look like he was actually being attacked or some shit, dude. So, who knows, man? I could just make assumptions there. I don't know if that's actually truth or not, honestly, dude. I'm going to assume it's probably something similar to that, if nothing else, dude. Or if nothing else, the guy was high as fuck on drugs and stuff like that while Paul was, banging him, or the guy was banging Paul or whatever it was, dude. I don't know exactly what the situation was there. But, Yeah, and then for them to for the fucking media to sit there and portray it like, oh no, this is totally like this thing, and it's blame the right wing and shit. It's like, no, they're just trying to play the victim fucking 9 days before the midterm elections. Dude. That's what it is right now. Actually, technically, it's 8 days now because we're on Monday here. Um, yeah, they're literally trying to play it like a week before the fucking election cycle, dude, and get the sympathy votes from a bunch of idiots that don't know any better. Is what it is, dude. It's like, nah, bro. Nancy Pelosi should have been out of office 25 fucking years ago through term limits and stuff like that, dude. Same thing with Maxine Waters. Same thing with Dianne Feinstein, dude. They should have all been tossed out of office during the 94 Sultans ban, stuff like that, dude. Like, that should have been their last years in office, dude. Whenever they were up for re-election, they should have been booted the fuck out of office after that then. So, anyway. But like I said, it's a bunch of crap all the way around, dude. And the problem is when you're not having these people, consistently be called out on their bullshit or consistently be, given the boot from office or whatever it is, dude. Like all it does is lead to more incentivizing of them to do more criminal shit then. And then it basically just leads to this vicious cycle of criminality is what it is, where they can keep, doing insider trading and stuff like that consistently and everything else along those lines. And nobody's doing a damn thing to stop it, is what it is, dude. And it's absolute bullshit entirely, dude, because when you look at it, all they're doing is sitting there and fucking basically just laughing in your face and being all like, ha ha ha, we got away with it again and again and again. And, I don't know. I almost feel like what happened here in this situation almost was karma in some cases, dude, because it's like, yeah, you want to fucking play that shit all the time and then you get into the wrong position with the wrong person or whatever it is, dude, and they fucking, maybe it was Paul and Nancy refusing to give this dude stock tips or some shit. Who the fuck knows, man? And, guy just finally had enough is what it was, dude. Or maybe it was the drugs. Who the fuck knows, dude? Could have been anything. Could have been a million fucking things for all the fuck we know, dude. Again, I think the only people that know the truth, honestly, right now are the dude who did the crime, Paul Pelosi, and in some cases, probably Nancy Pelosi, because I'm guessing that this was not the first time that her husband hooked up with some man, is what it was, dude. And I'd be willing to bet that she was his beard for years, is what it was, dude. So, or hell, maybe it was some freaky ass shit where fucking Nancy was into that stuff or whatever too, and there was some weird menage a trois thing or something between the two of them, and then this dude or something like that, for all the fuck we know, and then it just happened to be that Paul's like, oh, but I'm here by myself tonight. Why don't you come over anyway, buddy? And then the guy's like, oh, but Nancy's not here. And he's like, yeah, whatever, just come over. So, I don't know. Could be anything, dude. Could literally be anything right now. But anyway, that's pretty much where we're at for the day, though. Like I said, it's a bunch of shit all the way around, dude. When you have just the scumbag criminality of our society, and you have these fucking pieces of shit getting away with all kinds of crimes and stuff like that. And, it seems like maybe this was the one time that they finally got their comeuppance, is what it was, dude. When people were finally like, nah, man, fuck you, kind of thing. And, yeah, I don't know, man. Only time will tell. I believe that you'll see a lot of different stuff going on right now with the media trying to, again, cuck for the Pelosi's and try to play fucking defense for them and shit like that, because of course they know that this is all their bullshit narrative is already falling apart at this point, dude. Like, people already know too much of the truth. And it's like, yeah, you can sit here and try to play the fucking, blame game, or play the fucking, oh, let's blame the right game kind of thing all the time. Let's play the fucking gaslighting game of, oh, what we're doing, we're going to push on the other side kind of thing, claim they're doing that shit, when in reality it's all us. And it's like, that's exactly what it is 99% of the time, dude. It's always fucking Democrats pulling the shit, dude. It's never Republicans. It's never the fucking third party people. It's always fucking Democrats, dude. And they try to gaslight America like a motherfucker, dude. And I think many, many Americans out there have had it already, dude. And we're seeing through their bullshit and we're calling them out. And that's what it is, man. So, anyway. But that's pretty much where I'm at for the day, though. Yeah, like I said, I wish Paul Pelosi a speedy recovery. Maybe stop having sex with gay men, and it ain't gonna be a fucking issue anymore, dude. Who are a bunch of meth heads and stuff like that, and a bunch of far left nut jobs. It seems like, you know, I feel like that. I feel a lot of that was on Paul, honestly, dude, on this case, because it's like you done picked the wrong person to be your fucking little male gigolo there, buddy. So, you know what I'm saying? But anyway, I don't know, man. It's all fucking nuts, honestly. The whole fucking story is just cuckoo, kachoo, basically at this point. And yeah, I think the Pelosi's themselves are just a bunch of fucked up individuals to begin with, dude. They have been for some time. And unfortunately, you know, when they're not being called out on their bullshit or they're not being, you know, whatever for being the criminals that they are and can get away with a bunch of crap, they're going to try and get away with a bunch of crap, is what it is. And like I said, I think this is basically just karma smacking them back in the face now and being like, nope, you're not getting away with anything anymore. Fuck all y'all. So, yeah, I don't know. Like I said, though, nothing about the situation adds up, dude. And it's just more proof, honestly, of just the ridiculousness going on in our society currently when it comes to, you know, far left nut jobs is what it is, dude. It's just like the guy that tried to kill Steve Scalise years ago that was fucking Bernie Sanders' little bitch is what it was. And thank God that guy was a terrible shot is what it is, man. Straight up. Like, thankfully that guy was a horrible shot because Steve Scalise survived that encounter. Had he not, like, oh my God, bro, like, oh man, I think this country would have gone into full blown anarchy back then, dude. So I don't know, man. Like I said, though, I think it's a bunch of shit the way that they're trying to portray this thing and the way that the media is trying to act like, oh, but there's some deranged right wing dude or whatever. It's like, no, it's not. You fucking idiots. What the fuck are you doing, buddy? Sorry, I just realized some asshole's fucking with my town right now. It's like, you realize we have a fucking truce in this region, you jackass. So, I think he's just scouting me, but I'm putting up a fucking shield anyway. So, anyway. But yeah, that's pretty much where we're at for the day, though. But yeah, hopefully in the next couple of days, though, I'll be able to put the well, not the next couple of days, the next week or so, I'll be able to put this put some things together and make some money and be able to get that thing I want to get then. Or if I can get enough, I'll be able to get those things that I want to get then. What in the hell are you doing, bro? God damn it. I think this fucker is scouting all of my towns over here. Anyway. Yeah, like I said, that's pretty much it for the day. I'll be back sometime on Tuesday. I'm gonna do the thing about the constitutional carry 2023 thing. God, fucking. Of course, I don't finish up fast enough, and these damn bots, man. Well, fuck you, fucking bot ass motherfucker. That son of a bitch is now blocked. So, anyway. But yeah, that's pretty much where we're at for the day, though. Hope you guys enjoyed this episode, and I will see y'all on Tuesday for the wargaming episode. We're going to talk about constitutional carry in 2023 and potentially what it'll take for some of these states to be able to flip into it, is what it is. So, other than that, that's where we're at for the day. Hope you guys enjoy this episode. I'll see you in the next one.